I'm WSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt. We are tracking Elsa. Now, she became a hurricane Tuesday night, and by the time we get to in the wee hours of the morning on Wednesday, still a Category 1, so it's a minimal strength hurricane off the coast of Sarasota and Tampa. Now, the yellow here, that's tropical storm warning. The red, just north of Sarasota, through Tampa up to Crystal River, those are hurricane warnings. And by the time we get to 8 o'clock on Wednesday, still not quite making landfall. Remember, landfall is when the eye crosses the land. But remember, it doesn't have to make landfall to produce strong winds or cause problems, as it just kind of moves right along the west coast of Florida. In fact, in the northern hemisphere, highest winds are in the northeast quadrant of the storm. So some pretty strong gusts are possible. You know, Tuesday evening we had gusts to 85. So it becomes a little stronger. We can see maybe gusts to 90. Now, it's going to move inland, and by the time we get into, say, 8 p.m. on Wednesday around Waycross, Georgia, tropical storm. Continues just west of Savannah. Early in the morning on Thursday, tropical storm. Then it's going to probably just weaken to a depression. And this is now to the northwest of Wilmington, Bald Head Island, pretty much due north of Myrtle Beach. It's well inland, so no storm surge for the southeast coast. But by the time we get to 7:30 on Thursday, still a depression, but it is forecast to become a tropical storm once again, just around the Delmarva, the very tip of the Delmarva. All right, that's by 8 o'clock on Friday. It's already well out to sea. So what does that mean? It means places like Cape May and even Rehoboth probably won't see any problems with this, even gusty winds. You have to be down to the southern part of the Delmarva, down toward Chincoteague, and maybe as far north as Ocean City to have any problems with the storm. Spaghetti plots. You know, each line represents a computer model, and I tell you, they're pretty much in agreement. I mean, the closer together the lines are, the more they are in agreement, more confluence. This is, 9:30 in the morning on Friday. Everybody takes it south of D.C., essentially into the Atlantic, and then further, maybe eclipse the Cape. But even that looks like about a 50-50 proposition. That'll only be a tropical storm by then if it were to happen. But as far as we're concerned, it's pretty consistent. So the takeaways here. Elsa will brush the Delmarva coast, the southern part. Tropical storm winds are possible, 39 to 55 mile-per-hour wind gusts, not sustained. And again, that's the southern tip there. And then brief heavy rain possible down toward Chincoteague, minor beach erosion. I think the biggest problem, rip currents. Thursday and Friday across the board, not just in the southern part of the Delmarva. You're going to see rip currents in the entire eastern seaboard, really, from coast of Georgia all the way to Nantucket with this storm. So rip currents probably the biggest effect Thursday and Friday. The critical time for the immediate southern part of the Delmarva will be late Thursday evening into very early Friday morning.